Hello, hyperspace. My name is Davontos, and it's time to get hyped because this is some Overwatch gameplay. But despite the Overwatch gameplay, we're actually going to talk about Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, I've seen a ton of Black Ops 4 stuff from the Call of Duty reveal event. I've seen the trailers multiple times, all the trailers, zombies, multiplayer, and all that stuff. And I've seen a lot of multiplayer gameplay that all the big YouTubers are posting, like T-Mart, Ali, and so on. So I've seen a lot of Black Ops 4 stuff, and this is my honest first impression or opinion on it from what I've seen. Now, really quick, the reason this is Overwatch gameplay is because it's the last bit of the old Overwatch gameplay, and remember I said quite a videos back, I want to get rid of the old gameplay before I start uploading new ones. This is actually the last old Overwatch video I got saved up, so let me, toss this out now, get rid of it, and everything will be updated from here on out. So, Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Now, let me start off with the zombies. The zombies, it seems pretty good. I guess, it's still in development, the graphics aren't the best, but so I guess the zombies graphics can be improved over time. But the, for what it is at the moment, I guess the other graphics are pretty good. The story, of course, is full of Easter eggs, Treyarch zombies. It has you running all over the place to figure out the story, but from what I'm seeing, it seems to be, at least in my opinion, it seems to be better than the last story mode for zombies, because, with Richtofen and all that stuff, that story was just out of whack. That story made no sense, and that story just had you running all over the place to, freaking scientist daughter who gets transported to the moon as controlling zombies, and her dog gets cloned and becomes hellhounds. I don't know. The old zombie storyline was just so wacky, out of place, and it just didn't make any sense. This new one, from what I'm seeing, it's probably not going to make any sense either, but it seems to be making more sense than Richtofen, so I'm probably going to say this zombies, yeah, it looks like the zombies can work. This Blackout, or Call of Duty Battle Royale, like Fortnite, whatever, I've never really been big on Fortnite or Battle Royales and all that stuff. I'll give it another shot with H1Z1 when it comes out on the 22nd. But, this COD Battle Royale, now again, as I said, I'm not a fan of Battle Royals, but I'm pretty sure there are a whole bunch of people who are going crazy over this Call of Duty Blackout thing, and I can see why. And I would say, from a guy who's not too big on this Battle Royale stuff, Call of Duty Blackout actually seems pretty good. Now, of course, I want to give it a shot. I want to test out the beta when it comes out, and if I do play the beta, I'll of course be uploading videos for you guys so you guys can see it, and I'll give my, more opinions and thoughts on it. But yeah, I would say this Call of Duty Battle Royale thing, it seems like it can work if they do it correctly. And finally, the multiplayer. Now, with this multiplayer stuff, I'm having mixed opinions about this. Now, you guys know that I love Infinite Warfare, and you guys know that Black Ops 3 for me was pretty good at launch, but then as the game kept on going, it started to become very, I didn't really like Black Ops 3 as it kept going, because it became too wacky, it didn't really feel the same, and so on. And when you look at Black Ops 4 multiplayer gameplay, it's kind of giving me vibes from Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2. Now, the vibes from Black Ops 3 is fine, because I thought the gun handling, all that stuff in Black Ops 3 was pretty decent. Black Ops 2, if you guys know, I just did not like Black Ops 2 at all. So, Black Ops 4 having a mixture of 3 and 2, it's kind of giving mixed feelings here. I'm not too sure if I should like it, or if I should dislike it. It looks pretty good. At the moment, I would say, basing this on a 100% scale, I'd say I'm about 60% yes, 40% no. I want to do some more research. I actually want to get my hands on the beta and see what the full game has to offer. But, there's a couple of stuff that I've noticed from this multiplayer game that I'm watching that they didn't mention in the Call of Duty reveal. So, let's use my Black Ops 3 waifu Battery. Remember her? Yeah, she's back. And they tossed in a lot of Overwatch aspects into this game. So, it's 5v5 instead of 6v6. They said because it's 5v5, the maps are smaller, but from what I've seen from all the gameplays, they actually seem like pretty large maps, which, and at least to me, I actually like big maps, so I guess that's a selling point for me. The graphics, obviously, some more updated Call of Duty, so the graphics are better than World War II. The same voice actors and voice actresses for Battery, Firebreak, Ruin, and all that fun stuff. I actually didn't see Outrider. And obviously Reaper's not going to be in it, and rumors going about that Prophet is going to be in it, even though he wasn't in this event. So, stuff of Overwatch that they actually added in Black Ops 4. You now have 150 health, and you have to manually regenerate your health by injecting yourself with some kind of thing that fills up your health. Because you have 150 health, it's slightly noticeable, but you do survive a little bit longer. Like, you know, in most Call of Duties, your character dies anywhere from like 3 to 4 shots. In this one, it seems like you die for about 5 to 6, maybe 7 shots, so your survivability is a little higher than usual. It's nothing like game-changing, but it's a little better. And, abilities. Now, let's use Battery for example. Battery has the health regen, and then she has her ultimate, or the grenade launcher, as it was in Black Ops. That's my doggy barking. She has the grenade launcher, as it was in Black Ops 3, which is her ultimate ability. And then for her standard ability, from what I've seen, she has some kind of grenade that she can throw. It's kind of like a Semtex. She throws a Semtex, it sticks on the wall, it blows up, and then it pops into a whole bunch of little tiny frag grenades. And that is going to be her ability, and that ability is on a set timer to cool down. Very similar to Overwatch abilities, you know, like Mei. Mei can pull up the ice wall, and then once the ice wall breaks, it has like a 10-second cooldown and so on. So they're putting the same kind of aspect into this Call of Duty. I don't know if you can choose which ability you want to have, the same way you can choose which weapon you're using in Infinite Warfare, but I feel like it can be very interesting to see this play out in a Call of Duty battlefield. Now, there's a lot of questions that I have, seeing how it's taking a lot of stuff from Overwatch. The number one thing I want to know is, do you have to rely on your teammates for a victory like you do in Overwatch? Because if you do, I definitely do not want that game, because I'm fine with Overwatch, you know, relying on teammates to win, but I feel like Call of Duty has to be the lone wolf kind of game, where team play comes into play from time to time. You know, if you look at Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare, let's use Black Ops 3 for example, you know, you can carry in Black Ops 3. You cannot carry in Overwatch. It doesn't matter what you're doing in Overwatch, you need your team's help to win. In Black Ops 3, you know, you can have Outrider, you can have Ruin or whatever, and you can just go on a killing spree wiping everybody out, and at the end of the game you can have like 50, 60 something kills, and you can pretty much say that you guys won because of all the kills you were getting. I really hope it's the same way in Black Ops 4. Because just thinking having to rely on teammates in a Call of Duty game, especially since Call of Duty is so fast-paced, I don't really feel like it's going to flow well with me, personally. Maybe a lot of guys would like it, but me personally, at Call of Duty, relying on teammates all the time? No, not at all. So I want to do some more research on that, and hopefully you can still go lone wolf, still go solo, and basically carry or still do really good without having to worry about your teammates all the time, like Overwatch. And, now, they said that every gun is going to be basically its own character, kind of like Overwatch. You know, I'm a D.Va main, so because I play a lot of D.Va, I'm really good with D.Va. And we take somebody who doesn't play a lot of D.Va, they're obviously not going to be as good as I am because they don't play her a lot. They said the guns in Black Ops 4 are going to be the same way. You're going to have, let's use the AK-47 for example. You have the AK-47, and a guy who's constantly using the AK-47, he's going to learn the handling. He's going to know how it functions in the battlefield, and he's going to get really, really good with it as if it's an Overwatch character. So let's say if I'm constantly using the AK-47, and I don't know, Bob isn't, Bob's not going to be as good with the AK as I would be, and so on. And when you actually watch this multiplayer gameplay, you do notice it. You actually notice that these special weapons, if you pay close attention to how they're handling in the battlefield, these weapons actually perform differently, and they have basically minor characteristics that can affect how they function in the battlefield, and you can see it. If you practice enough with this weapon and you get good with it, you can beast with that weapon in a way that other players can't if they haven't been using that weapon as much as you have. So that's a really good thing. That's a huge plus, and I'm actually pretty surprised they put something like this in Call of Duty. That was unexpected. And for the Killstreaks, I haven't really seen many Killstreaks. All I know is there's a helicopter, there's the Hellstorm missile, UAV, counter UAV, and there's some kind of robot spider. I think it was called the Seeker, or the Crab. Basically think of it like a giant crab that shoots missiles. And it's point streaks, so it's just like Black Ops 3 Infinite Warfare. You know, you get kills, you get points, and the points work towards your next point streak. And from what I've seen, the UAV is 400, so it's basically like 4 kills. And what else? Seraph is back in it, you know, Battery's in it. For these specialists, or whatever they're called, heroes, specials, whatever, there are some of them that seem broken, but they balance it out in a way that it can't be broken. Like, there's this dude who basically plants a barrier, and that barrier is big enough to protect 2 people, and the first thing that comes to mind is you're going to have guys who play nothing but that barrier dude and camp. but they changed it in a way that you can only have one character per team, very similar to quick play in Overwatch. So let's say Battery, if we're playing Black Ops 4 and somebody hops on Battery before I can get to her, I cannot take Battery unless they switch characters. And that's really good. It's kind of putting in a little bit of Overwatch competitive aspects to it, and you can build some really interesting teams, which, you know, leads back into the question, do you have to rely on your teammates for victory? But anyway, besides that, you know, if somebody locks on Battery or somebody locks on Ruin, you know, you can't take them because, just like in Overwatch, that character was already taken, and you can't take them anymore. The way the entire game moves, like your character movement, how they mantle, how they jump, and so on, we all know it's boots on the ground, there's no jetpacks, no wall running and all that, just like how the character moves. I'm getting very, very heavy Black Ops 3 vibes from it, and the way the guns in general, the way the guns would feel, I'm not too sure because I haven't actually played it, but just, you know, watching all of the gameplay, how the guns would handle, I'm getting heavy Black Ops 2 vibes from it. And, as I said before, I didn't really like Black Ops 2, which is why I'm still undecided on the whole game in general. But, overall, an overall opinion on the entire game, Zombies, it actually looks pretty good. The Blackout or Fortnite clone, whatever, the Black Ops Blackout, for a Battle Royale game mode, I would actually say yes. And I'm not a Battle Royale kind of guy, but just from what I've seen and what I know about it, I would actually say Blackout is a huge selling point for those Fortnite kind of players. And finally, multiplayer, the thing that most of us are going to be playing all the time. Multiplayer, I would lean more towards the yes. I would say multiplayer is a big seller at the moment. I just want to do more research, and I definitely want hands-on experience with the beta, and I just want to see how the whole thing turns out, you know, as the months go on by. It's coming on October 12th, so there's obviously going to be a whole bunch of supposed leaks that are legit or not. There's going to be more trailers and, you know, more gameplay from the guys up on YouTube, so, you know, keep a sharp eye out. If I get access to the beta, I'll obviously post some gameplay for you guys, give you guys more honest opinions, and if you like this video, punch that like button with a mighty force. You can follow me up on Twitter at DavontosMan, and as always, I'll see all of you in the next video. Have a nice day!